All right. Good morning, my people. We are live and direct. Thank you so much for joining us. Today is let's where's that from? I like giving dates nowadays because only when you see some of the shows or the videos, you don't know when it's done. It could be
Yes.
a year before. So I always like for people to give me dates so I can know if it's coming. So today is July the 12th of 2021. So thank you guys for joining us once again. We are here to deliver our message. And hopefully our audience will share this information and let it go wide. The good news is that people are we're getting good feedback. We are getting lots of feedbacks and people are in tandem with where we're going. So don't let the number game by this social media deceive you. The feedback that we are getting is unimaginable. As the show ends, from the text messages and all the phone calls, we know that it's going wide, and that's what we're praying for. So my name is Mona Chimsaga, and I am here in Houston, Texas, and I'll let my wonderful sisters introduce themselves.
Hey, good morning, viewers. Thank you for being part of today's show. And today is definitely going to be a memorable day because today is June 12th. In Nigeria, they call it Democracy Day. And in all honesty, I don't know what kind of democracy Nigeria is pretending to have. So they're pretending that is a government for the people of the people by the people for the people. But in all honesty, the June 12th that is being celebrated in Nigeria is the government for the Fulani by the Fulani and for the Fulanis. So we know that already. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. My name is Dr. Augusta Nasike. Thank you for being here.
And thank you, viewers. We appreciate you for being here once again. My name is Dr. Ekwi Simon Okube. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. In seeking direction to solve any problem, the first thing is to get wisdom. In all you want to achieve, please ensure that wisdom and knowledge are part of it. My people, the great Igbo people, said, if an old woman falls twice in a single journey, she needs to recount and re-examine the content of her basket. As far back as 1736, Benjamin Franklin said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of care.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded the citizens of Philadelphia that inspection and preventive maintenance will bridge the gap between doing nothing and doing more than needs to be done. Join us as we re-examine the content of our baskets. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. So today we are going to take some questions and answers regarding our way to freedom and self-determination. So today is a time for you to call in. We want to use this opportunity for people to ask the right questions because we are getting after the show. We are getting lots of questions, and the reason why we want to bring this on the show is maybe some of the questions that other people will ask, some other person will sort of get their answers from that. So do not be afraid. You can call. I'm gonna put the link here so you can actually, let me add the link. If you want to join us, oh shoot, that's not the link. If you want to join us with the link, you can do so. But if you want to call in during the show, our phone number is +1 774 338 0942. We will have that number running concurrently with the show. You should be at the bottom of the screen, but I will mention that number again just for some people that for some reason they weren't able to see that phone number. Let me get this link. So yeah. Right. So you can, the link is there. We're going to pin it. So Augusta, can you help me pin it? Yeah, help me to pin the link. So if you want to come in, please use that link to come in. If you want to call on the phone, so that phone can be used as a WhatsApp or a phone number. So either way, we'll be able to answer as we go. We are going to play our videos as well. And these videos is to sort of answer a lot of questions regarding what's going on at this point in time. It help for those of you that are beginning now to key in, to tie in the loose ends and understand where we are going with our strategy. So, but of course, before we go, we'll go ahead and give you guys a little bit of introduction. So, according to General Buhari, terrorists choose their targets, which are churches, mosques, markets, mainly soft targets like women and children. So you can see that this is the terrorist in charge. You know, Buhari is live and direct, giving orders and tweeting, or actually tweeting against our people. Interestingly, who is speaking? We know that this is the same guy that we were told died so many years ago by some random radio ranters, but it seems that the anticipation of war bring our people back to life. So people are asking questions. Even the so-called dead leaders of Igbo land are even coming out to say stuff now. Before they were like, hey, 2023 election, here we come, oh, we're on our way. In the battlefield, the greatest mistake is to presume that your enemy is dead and you stop shooting because guess what's going to happen? If you assume that, he will turn around and shoot you and get it over with, especially when your enemy is properly trained and understand the art of massacre and choosing targets. That is the word of the day, choosing targets. So now Buhari know to choose targets when Boko Haram have been ravaging our land, or they are his land to start with, and nothing has been done. Now he knows how to shoot targets. So why the indigenous communities of Nigeria being massacred and sacked, crime and killings of unarmed youths on the street of Igbo land, it has skyrocketed. President Buhari is preoccupied with building railways, infrastructure for his new nation called Niger Republic, because we know that's where he came from. And he finds joy in what is going on. Even during his recent interview with the so-called media crew, you can see how he was making light of what's going on. But the good news is that he has the Igbo people, or the bad news actually is that he has the Igbo people where he always wanted them, for them to create chaos. And he will come in with his unknown and known gunman to destroy the land. Thank goodness that we are smarter than our enemies. So today we are going to continue to review questions and answers. And we're going to look at some highlights, the danger of propaganda and unauthenticated claims in the middle of a warfare. This has been going on, especially for those of you that are listening to random radio ranting and you're constantly putting your ears into things. I mean, I can see how you will totally lose your mind. I saw a video of a young guy that killed his father because his father is a saboteur. This is what's going on in our land now. So, Niger Republic, my dear. Thank you. So, the role of paralyzing fear and honor in terrorism, local vigilance and surveillance as part of self-determination. If you are not doing this and waiting for unknown and known and forest gunman and non-forest gunman and street gunman to take care of you, you can see that your days are numbered. And we don't want to go there. So let me start today by playing the video that we have for you guys. Sisters, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I don't know if you all watched the interview by Arise TV with the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. In all honesty, that interview really depressed me. It was so depressing. It was so depressing that in the 21st century, a president of a country is still talking about open grazing route for his Fulani brothers and sisters. It was so depressing that the interviewers, the guys interviewing him, they
were paid. Just say it. They were paid, and they what is it called? Giving the interview prior, the questions prior to them showing up. The whole thing was rehearsed.
Hey, in a country where we have 200 million people, in a country where in the United States, the Nigerian diaspora are regarded as the most intelligent people in the world, highly educated and all what's not. And yet we have a mumu as a president. We have an hotelectual, how do they say it? Oh my God, I don't know how to, I don't have an adjective for this president. He is so depressing. I was so depressed. How in the 21st century, well, how did this happen? I mean, that's my question. How did this happen? We have a president that does not give a crap about his own people. He was able to remind us of his first cousins in Niger Republic, when they were talking about the railway station and all that they needed to build because Niger has discovered oil. Which Niger discovered oil? The owners of the land in the south region, the oil that they have in their land, they don't even have a refinery, but yet one was built in Niger for his cousins. And you guys are telling me that this guy is normal. Of course, it's normal. It's the agenda from day one. So he is carrying that agenda to the very, very last part. How in the world did you all end up in this kind of quagmire, in this kind of contraction, in this kind of pain? This is so painful. I don't know how to express myself, please. I don't know. Stay, please. I don't even know what to say. It's so painful. How did we end up with this kind of a thing?
Yeah, because for so many years we left some group of people in charge thinking they were doing something for us, not knowing it's all about business partnership. What is in there for me? Do I get my own cut? And once I get my own cut, I keep my people quiet. So this is what we has brought us to. After so many days, probably so many years of watching and not being an active participant or active citizen of our state. So, all right. So I'm going to start with the video. Sister, you want to add anything?
Yes, my sister. Like when you say, "Oh, he's not caring," I goes and say he's not caring about his people. I say, what do you mean by not caring about his people? Which of his people are you talking about? Are you his people? He told you before now that you're 5%. So you're not his people. He is caring for his people with full needs. And that's the agenda. That's what we've been telling our people for all this while somebody was saying that he was dead. I said, this man is not dead. He is finishing up the jihad that they started 1967 because he kept saying it. The thing that pained me about my people is that first, they will not believe what he says, and he says it in clear terms. He does not hide anything he says. Like when he said baboon and donkey or whatever, cow will swim in blood and all those things. He's been warning people. Yeah, monkeys and baboon will drive in water, that he will spread Sharia. All these things he's been doing. He did not hide. That's why he came for presidency 4 times. He will lose. He will come back. He will lose. He will come back. People were saying, what did he live in Aso Rock that he's looking for? Now you have seen what he left there, because he was looking for a home for his people, the Fulanis. And in getting that home, he will need to eliminate every Nigerian. All the indigenous peoples need to be killed because he needs that money. He will get all the money from the asset, build Niger Republic, and expand it. You see, like when they talk about United African Republic, what they mean is, one sister said is United Arab Republic. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at the borders of your Nigeria. That's why when you say you open borders of Nigeria, there's no border before. They are not seen border. You heard the man from Bauchi said that their population is fluid. So it's beyond borders. Yes, so there's no border. You are the one recognizing borders. But Fulanis are not recognizing any border. What they follow is their grazing routes. That is what they follow. And that grazing route is the map their forefathers gave them about all the territories that they have conquered. That is the code. And that's why when people talk about cow, I say, what are you talking? They need the cow to execute what they are doing. So don't think it's about cow.
It's not about cow.
Yes, cow is the GPS.
Yeah.
Cow and the grazing route. So when the cow is following, they are following the GPS, which is the grazing route. And that grazing route shows them where their father's land is. Wherever that grazing route goes is where their father has given to them 200 years ago as their land. So all this shout that people are shouting and crying, it doesn't make sense. Buhari does not understand it. All he can do is laugh. He laughs in a very wonderful, like, like he's very happy. Why won't you laugh if all the plans that you had for over 200 years are being executed? And guess what? The people, the slaves, are helping them to execute their plan. Yes. Why not laugh? If you were in that shoe, wouldn't you laugh? You will laugh now because all that your forefathers planned are unfolding. Exactly. Are unfolding before them. Their forefathers promised them. So far you follow cows, cows will lead you to all the lands that their God gave to them. That's why they're not going to drop cows. That's why they will not build ranch. That's why they will not do any of those nonsense that you are suggesting to them, because that's not what they came for. And as they go, they will kill all of you, take the money, and it's not that God doesn't know that they build roads. It doesn't know. He knows all those things. But the question is, where are you building it? So you will leave Ndibo, the south, where the oil is coming from. You won't build rails for them. You will use the money and build rail for Niger Republic, because they are his cousins, like he said. He's not hiding it. Let me leave us for now, please.
Sister, you forgot that the oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. I mean, what are we talking about
Simple.
here, right?
And
They say all these things,
gold
they don't
in
hide it.
Zamfara belongs to Zamfara.
Yes.
And the gold in Zamfara belongs to Zamfara, my dear. I am on our way. And that's why we're calling our sisters especially to rise up, because it looks like
Yes.
we are the ones that are going to do this. We've allowed it. I don't want to call their names, so because then they will say I'm anti somebody's gender. All I'm saying that the last time I looked, people that were in charge were a certain group of gender people that were in charge of all of this mess. So if we continue to sleep and let them continue to be in charge, we and our children will pay for this. We've been saying this time without numbers. We and our children will pay for this. It's time for us to rise up. And we also have to know that it's very, very, what is the word that I'm trying to use? Irresponsible for any citizen, again, not to be part of what's going on around them. I don't care if you are the lowest citizen in this universe. You must be aware of what's going on around you, because if not, other people will make policies, and those policies you must abide to. So what role are you playing as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, to make sure that we can change this narrative of certain group of people doing things, lying to us, using their big English words, being fluent with their words. They are all over TV, they are all over newspapers, and at the end of the day, they've allowed people with a stick on their neck to hold us hostage. And now they don't want us to call their names. It's quite disheartening. So I am going to play this video as we go. So we're waiting for phone calls. What we're trying to do today is to play the videos and video and take phone calls in between, or if you want to. Since Augusta, did you pin that? Okay. If you want to log in, since Augusta pinned the, I don't see it though on my thing. Since Augusta pinned the,
I did. I pinned it. Yeah, it's
because
pinned.
usually if you pin it, will be at the bottom of this. Okay, I'll look for it. So yeah, you can use that link to join. I will add it here on my own. We can use that link to join in person if you want to. Okay, so it's on that side, or you can call the phone. Oh yeah, let me turn on the phone number. So the phone number is on the screen, right there. +1-774-338-0942 +1-774-338-0942. So it's the same phone number from last time. It would be nice if you save it so that you'll have easy access to it. All right.
I bring you greetings from the Secretariat of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalist Alliance for Self-Determination, this 7th day of June 2021. As the Federation of Nigeria continues to wobble in what now seems is terminal throes, and as the evidence of state failure continues to manifest all over the place, I'm sure some of us heard Ambassador John Campbell talking about it with his institute just last week. We've come to where we have to make this we've come to where we do not know how true it is, but it is so grave that we need to make this broadcast to address it. Only a few days ago, a leaked memo purportedly coming out from the Attorney General Malami, suggesting a suspension of the 1999 Constitution to the president. At a time, there's an engagement being monitored globally, happening around the 1999 Constitution, that the Attorney General of Nigeria is suggesting to his principal president that it might be an option for them to suspend the Constitution in its entirety. Now, the reason we are making this broadcast is to explain the legal position to everybody so that they can know in case anybody is thinking in that direction, so that they can know upfront exactly what will happen if anybody goes in that mad direction. Recall that from the point in December of 2020, the constitutional force majeure was proclaimed by the indigenous nationalities. The union dispute declared centered around the rejection of that constitution as basis of Nigeria on account of the fact that the peoples of Nigeria did not make that constitution. Now, that action, that constitutional force majeure proclamation effectively terminated the life of that constitution. Whether anybody understands it now or not, it won't matter. The only thing holding that constitution in place is the limited toleration, like a life support. The 1999 constitution is on life support now, and that life support is, on account of the limited toleration being extended to it by these same nationalities in this alliance, this majority of the South and Middle Belt holding hands that have repudiated the document and now insisting on its termination. But to avoid anarchy, we indicated in that proclamation that we were going to tolerate it only for the period of transition that must now be undertaken. Nigeria has no room to maneuver because of the fact that the nationalities, the constituent blocks, as we see in this, the map here, the constituent blocks are retrieving their sovereignty that Nigeria had, hijacked, that the illicit federal government of Nigeria that emanated from the point of the collapse of the Federation of Nigeria in 1967, had hijacked, their sovereignties have been hijacked and corralled into the unitary Nigeria that is defined by that constitution. So where we are now is that action has taken out that constitution. The process going on now, which is the retrieval of sovereignty by all of those who were trapped here all these decades. But we are carrying on in a manner that will lock out anarchy. And so if in that very limited situation, that limited toleration of that constitution, somebody now thinks he can get ahead of everybody, we remember that just a day or two after the proclamation, the National Assembly, I think it was the Senate, that threw out something of amendment. They now went into an amendment process that in which the thematic issues for the amendment were lifted almost 100% from the constitutional grievances listed in that proclamation.
All right. Go ahead, sisters.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so we are trying to break these things down to our people. Please call viewers. Feel free to call, like we said, call and make your contribution. Ask your questions. We are here for you. We want to discuss and interact with you so that you understand what. Because this we are saying is so important. There's no other way out. Every other way you are going in circle. Now, some people like what is going on in Southwest. They are like, oh, the Southwest governors are working with their people. But there's a plan. There's something that happened that is making them to work with their people. They are using Nina's templates. They grabbed this template, went through it, understood it, and started running with it. The result you're seeing is what you're supposed to be seeing in your own land as well. Those leading their struggle are Nina's partners. It's not even Mr. Sunday that is leading the struggle. He's not the one. He's leading the youth and not the rally and everything. But money is coming in for him to do what you're saying.
Sister, with the Sunday Go, he's actually doing that part of mobilization.
Exactly.
You understand? He's doing the mobilization, getting our people out there, going to their villages, being part of the rallies, you know, talking, gingering them. But the actual work is being done by the Ninas. It's being done by the underground, like those that are sitting down to map out what is supposed to happen. So Sunday Go is helping with the 5% work, because he said that mobilization is 5%. So that part of the mobilization, that's what he's doing. And that is what we would have been doing if some people are not making mess of our own region. They're making mess of our own region, making up its inhabitants, making the armies and the police to push themselves down to the eastern region to destabilize us. So our people are not doing what the West are doing at the moment. They can't do it. Because if they do it, they will tag them, they will think that they are the IPOBs of the Biafran and they will be killed. So that cannot happen at the moment. For the Yorubas, it's happening because they are following this pathway that has been outlined a long time ago. So this is the part, the mobilization part, the 5% we've been talking about, and we are supposed to be doing the same thing. But we are also doing the Charter of Relationships. I think Sister Ekwe would explain more on that. Go ahead.
Yes, and that's what we are explaining to our people. That there are two ways to get self-determination. Either war or legal means. We have tried war before, but in each of them, you have to be led by professionals. Self-determination is not when somebody will sit down, a criminal or someone that doesn't know left or right, and start shouting, making noise on radio, so that people will follow him as he's making noise. You will follow him, you will end up in gutter. It's as simple as that. And that's why we come here every Saturday telling you not to follow people that will lead you to gutter. They say, follow who know road, make you no fall for gutter. Igbos are deceiving themselves and disgracing themselves at the same time. Because we are way capable of doing what the Yorubas are doing, and even more. We are intelligent enough and we have the resources to do that. But we chose the pathway of stupidity. And when you choose pathway of stupidity, you will die like a stupid person.
What about our pathway of our as usual?
Exactly.
Cheat your way through it.
You don't want process. You want to do 419. You see this one, 419 will not work. Or you 419 will not. I got how working this one. Igbos, are you listening to us? We are the daughters of the land. 1929, daughters played a role that liberated our people from Britain. And we are here today to play that same role, to liberate our people from Fulanis. But you must listen. If you choose not to listen, you will die like a stubborn fly. We are not enjoying your death. But what can we do if you choose suicide? Someone that wants to die, what can I do again? For 2 years, we are here warning you that a certain man on the radio is a criminal. That we were with him, we found out he had no plan. All he's trying to do is to steal from this protocol. This template, he wants to steal it and put his name on it.
Glory hijacker.
And another thing which is worse now, that one, if you steal it, is a different thing, and do the right thing. But the worst part of it is that he's working with the enemy.
Exactly.
The agent of Britain and Fulanis. You can do your search.
Yep.
The time he tweeted about gunmen, we did not know about unknown gunmen. He tweeted it. And then in the next week, our people start dying. And our people that are intelligence, that do some intelligent work, are suspecting that these unknown gunmen are still the Fulanis. So how did that certain man know about this operation ahead of time? Meanwhile, it is not our people carrying it out. Another governor in our land said that these people do not speak Igbo. So who is sponsoring them? Why are they sponsoring them? To turn Igbo land into a theater of war. That's the end. Because when you turn Igbo land into a theater of war, you will suspend the constitution and bring in militia. You bring in what do they call it? There's a proper word I'm looking for. Martial law.
Martial law.
So they will do that and then replace your governors with military
state of emergency. Sister, is it state of emergency?
State of emergency, all of the same. Martial law, state of emergency, all that is just chaos.
Chaos.
So they will bring in military administrators to head you.
Aye. And
there'll be full militarization of Igbo. Somebody is working with the enemy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a no-brainer, my dear. You have to be.
And we have told you, as daughters of the land, somebody is opening door to the enemy. And that person is not from Igbo. We will tell you this, I will continue to tell you. We have information. We are not talking for talking sake. If you look at us here, you see that we are busy people. If we don't have anything to do, we'll be sleeping. But we come here every Saturday. Why? Because we have information that you don't have. God positioned it in a place that we can stand to get information that you cannot get. Somebody is working with Britain and Fulanis and is their agent. There's another certain man that is a reverend father that is also working with them. And he gives you that information as a prophecy, but it's not prophecy. They got information because they are working with them.
Hold on.
Please, when there's a caller, let me know. So they will come and tell you, oh, the governor of Imo State will be removed. And then you see something happen. It's not prophecy. They're working with the enemy.
Hold on. All right, we have a caller. Caller, your name and where you're calling from. See if we can hold the thoughts.
My name is Otunde Peters.
Welcome, Otunde. Go ahead.
Otunde Peters.
Welcome, Otunde.
I am very glad for what you ladies are doing. And I have a question.
Go ahead.
My question is, the 5% Sunday Igbo is doing, and which is not being allowed in the Southeast because of the carnage that Hausa Fulani is doing there to our people. And the 5% also that is not being done in the belt, that upper part of our map, is it not going to have any legal effect on the whole agenda? That is only 1/3 of you guys that is doing what is expected to be done in the next 120 days. That's question number 1. Question number 2, the 120 days we have to referendum to summon United Nations remains how many days, please? Because we that are living in the country, we are afraid. And I was already planning to run from Nigeria, abandon civil service employment. My wife abandoned civil service employment, take children, and run to the nearest neighboring country that is not part of the Fulani agenda. So, let's we want to have hope and have a reason why you guys are saying, you know what, Peters, stay in your southwest that you are. In the next also number of days, according to the calendar of our program, United Nations is going to call on Nigeria that they've had enough. We want to run the referendum so that we can begin to give hope to our people. I was outside today at the protest. I posted on Financial Freedom Group in Telegram. I went, I recorded people shouting, they no longer want Buhari, they no longer want election, they are hungry, they are suffering, Fulani should go, Buhari should go. So I want to carry a message I can share with my people and tell them, hey people, give me just 2 months more, give me 3 months more. Nigeria is going to have something that has never happened. A referendum that is going to superimpose itself over the sovereignty that is hijacked by the Fulani is going to come from United Nations to ensure there is no anarchy, and we're going to get hope so that people can, the palpitations and the fear can die down. So how soon should our people expect? So my first question, the 5% is being done in Southwest, it's not being done in Southeast because of the carnage, anarchy being committed by military, and it's not being done by the Middle Belt. Why are the Middle Belt people quiet? Why are we not seeing them moving up and down? Why are we not seeing them raising noise? Even Kwara State and Kogi State refused to join us because of Yaya Bello of Kogi State, and Southwest had to leave Yaya Bello and Kogi State and Kwara State out of this matter in this struggle, in their own 5% they are doing. My sister, please enlighten us further. I'll join you on Facebook so I'll be watching your answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. This is a comrade that just came in with fire. People are coming. We are telling people he had battalion coming with him. People are coming. You understand? So let's answer him. The 5%, like the way this NINA structure is that any region, our region, you have southwest, southeast, south, that's lower Niger. Then you have middle belt. Everybody has that the same template. But anyone that is ready will run with the next one. That's the way the whole thing is structured. So no region, no block will delay another block. Any block that is ready, they already have the template. Step 1, step 2, step 3, they understand. Everybody understands. Anybody that is part of NINAS. Because NINA is at the national level. In Southwest, the arm of NINAS in Southwest is Iyana Omo Odua. The arm of NINAS in Lower Niger is Lower Niger Congress. That's why it's called a Congress. Because all other movements are supposed to be part of it. And they are part of it. Forget the people that are making noise, forget the criminals. Then in the middle belt, they have the middle belt, I think it's Congress also that they use. But it's under NINAS and following the protocols. Now, any group, any block that is ready with number 1, number 2, you run. Middle belt, Yoruba, which is the Southwest, is homogeneous. So they're not going to do charter of relationship. That is why they are ready with mobilization. And the way NINA's proposal is structured, they don't need to wait for us, the other 2 blocks. They run with their own. As we speak, charter of relationship is going on in Middle Belt and the Lower Niger area because these areas are heterogeneous. Like we are not one really. We are supposed to be one, but we have been divided. The colonial masters, internal and external, divided us. We have APC, PDP, so we don't have a political, one political voice. One has, so they all have leaders. APC has a different organ, PDP has a different organ, ABGA has a different organ. They are scattered. We are divided. Because of that, we don't have one political voice. We are also divided in our culture. We are also divided even in our religion. We are divided in so many things. They're not divided, we're like heterogeneous. That's what we use the word, heterogeneous. We are divided in our languages, heterogeneous. So for you to go with your brother, you have to agree, like this is what we need to do, and sign it on paper. Which brings us to our people that are shouting Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. When you go with the word Biafra, one, you are going against the 2007 United Nations Indigenous Peoples' Rights Declaration. You're going against the law. You're not following the protocol. It's like somebody went to exam. They're asking you chemistry. You're writing physics.
That's close now. You're giving them too much credit.
Okay, you are doing a religious
You're writing
literature.
The question is if you put hydrogen to oxygen, what will you have? You say
Holy Ghost fire.
Holy Ghost fire. Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, Romeo and Juliet. You will fail woefully. That's what it means, like bringing Biafra. One is that you don't have a map saying this is the Biafra. And your neighbors do not even agree with you. And Biafra is not an indigenous people. The people that are called indigenous people of Biafra, they are criminals. Because they ought to know that Biafra is not indigenous. It's not an indigenous entity. The people that make up Biafra are indigenous. So they are supposed to come as Ijo, as Igbo, as Urobo, as Ishekiri. They come on their ancestral land. Nobody will listen to you with the word Biafra. If you go, they will know that you're a criminal because they know that you want to cause trouble so that you start fight war. Niger Delta. I'm talking about Niger Delta. And that's what they're saying. So but we are saying, even if that's the group you have, you're an organization, you have a part in Lower Niger Congress. Come with your group. No problem. Come with your group and that in your singing. Come to the Congress. You will be given a role to play, which is the mobilization that you're seeing. In Yoruba land, they have different groups too. But they are following Ninas because these are genuine people that want freedom for their people. The people that want freedom for our people in our land. If you do not follow Ninas, you have just shown yourself that you're a criminal. Because when you get to the national level, the international level, who are you going to say that you are? You're not following the formula. You don't have a map. You don't have nothing that you have. This is 2007 declaration. That's what you're supposed to use. You went and said, this is what you should use. You refuse to use it because you're stubborn. Your name is stubborn indeed. Even your stubbornness will lead you only to fly, the grave. Do you understand? The same thing is going on in Middle Belt. In Middle Belt, you have Tiv, Igala, all of them is heterogeneous. So as we speak, they are working on their but they need to finish that chapter of relationship. I don't know if we have answered all that he said. And political parties, yeah, I've said something about that. And then he said something. I think it's okay, right? I think that's all
he mentioned about the timeline, you know, in terms of the next step after the 120 days.
The timeline depends on your activity in your area, in your block. Like we said, no block will delay the other one. When Yorubas are ready, they run. But you know what? There's something we call the tripod stand, the three-legged strategy. Because we told you that this thing is all about strategies.
Yeah.
There's three-legged strategy, which we fall back on. That if one block succeeds in going, the table will still collapse.
Yes.
It has no choice.
We just don't want anarchy. Yes. So we are following step by step. We don't want anarchy. That's why you don't see us. And there's even self-defense in this thing we are still saying. That is step by step. But we want the people to understand the proposal. It's crucial. That is what. But that's why at the beginning of this show we said, in all thy getting, get wisdom and knowledge. We want you that are listening to us, to understand Nina's proposal so that we can run with it. Everything is set, but you need to understand it because you are the one that will run with it. The earlier you understand it, the faster it will be. Thank you.
Right. And for those of them calling for plan B, of course, there's nothing wrong with having plan B. But if people have keyed into what we are being done, we wouldn't be having this conversation at this point in time. And it's very disheartening that now we are putting out this message there for plan B when we never gave plan A choice, which is the Nina strategy. So we cannot add fear to what we are doing. Of course, nobody wants to lose their lives or their life. So we just have to be intentional with what we have on ground. I'm glad maybe this is what we needed for people to start asking the right question. Because all along, those that do have the money, we are like making money and still living life large and pretending like nothing is happening. So maybe the call for plan B has wakened their mind now to start asking, oh my God, so this is for real. This is really going on. What do we need to do? So somebody will have to do this. This America that we are running to, whatever that we are running to, somebody build those places. This is the time for the good men and women to rise up and say, enough is enough. You can no longer be business as usual. As long as we will run and leave it for the Fulanis, they are not leaving our land. That's what they want us to do, to catch the next flight out so they can let the rest of their brothers and sisters to come in. We have to come up with a better plan. And the Nina strategy will work with the constitutional force majeure that was declared December. Nigeria is no longer even there. But we've been telling you guys since December, nobody wants to listen. You're still allowing people to give you orders. You're still allowing, governors is still waiting for Buhari to wake up from his nap or from EOS to give them ammunition to defend their people. If the governors understood what we're saying, by now, them themselves would have been in charge of their states.
Of course.
Not Buhari. So it's like...
So, what do they mean by plan B? Those are saying...
My dear, plan B is
what do you mean by plan B?
Plan B, their pastors are telling them to come up with plan B. So to run off, he can take motorcycle to Niger. No,
the plan B means you have made the work easy for the Fulanis now, because that's what they wanted you to do before, for you to run out in the first place. So that plan B is obvious that those that are talking about plan B are the people that are really willing to give up the land to the Fulanis.
Yeah.
That's what it
And
means.
they are proud of it. They say there's nothing wrong with that. So where are the good men and the women that will stand forth against an evil like this? So we run off and then they will come and take over our land. Plan B is not, it's not an option. The only option is the plan A, which is the Nina strategy to end all of this mess. We should no longer allow Buhari. Yes, stay on course. We should no longer allow Buhari and his Fulani headsmen to continue to do what they're doing. That is basically the point. So if you have to go to Cameroon and get a gun and hide it, whatever you need to do to protect yourself, you should be looking towards it by now. When the Britain tried to take over US, they didn't say, oh, let's fly to the next country next to us. They came together, strategized, and run them out of the country. Mind you, these Fulanis, they are not, when they are a toothpick. I know I one knock from my distance. I know I can take one person down. So we cannot run from them. That's not even an option. So the only plan is plan A, which is what? To take down that constitution, follow through with the referendum that we are planning, and then end it for people to have their self-determination. That is the only plan that we have.
And while you do that, your self-determination is what you do. Stay your ground. But do not stay your ground causing trouble. Do not stay your ground doesn't mean you should go and burn police stations down. If you do that, you are attracting war to your land and you're playing it in the hands of your enemy. Your enemy, like we were saying before, wants you to play into their hands. They want anarchy. They want you to give them opportunity to bring foreign military people. The military people are not coming from Yoruba land or Middle Belt, because those ones have told them that they will not be part of it. So they are bringing those other ones from their cousins. They are bringing their cousins wearing your uniform. But they will not enter except you open the door for them. If you open the door for them because you're going on the radio, when they finish telling you what they want to do, you are collect money from them and go to the radio and tell them that your brothers are in Olu, that where they should go is Olu.
Right now, he's telling his Mumu lecturers to go to the bush and hide.
Because that's where they want to
That's where they want to gather all of them and get them killed.
Yes.
You understand?
You know what is going on? Sorry, let me explain. You know, like Hamas, when they are with the people, the bomb will come and they will say that civilians are being killed. So now that same man, because they know that if these people come in, they try to close down Twitter so that the international people will not know. So civilians are being killed. So there's too much cry about, oh, civilians being killed. So he's not telling those people to go to the bush where the Fulanis will not go and circle them and use like fighter jets to feed them from the sky. You understand? So that you will not be blamed of killing the innocent ones. Our people should follow this thing. It's smartness. Just follow this thing. Follow what that criminal is doing. If you follow what that criminal is doing, you will know he's working with the enemy. You won't need anybody to tell you. You will know. Igbo be Igbo, Teta Nonola. Enwere Igbo be Igbo. The real Igbos, they are the ones we are calling on. Wake up. Wake up is morning.
All right, I'll continue the video.
Let those who can find the two documents compare. Check what the National Assembly said they are going to amend and check the grievances listed there in that in the force majeure proclamation of December 16th. I'm making this connection so that we can see very clearly that the system, instead of responding to the issues raised, instead of calling a meeting of the owners of the enterprise, as the international stakeholders have advised, the US, the EU, the UK, pointing Nigeria to the prescriptions of our proclamation, they are hedging around, trying to rush to the National Assembly to go and do amendments. Of course, it didn't take anything to knock that one out. The amendment gambit has failed because we made it clear to everybody that the legislative mandate of the National Assembly does not extend to constitution making, period. And he didn't take anything for the stakeholders to see it. And everywhere they went to their so-called public hearing, that was what they were told. The governor in Asaba, the Okowa, the governor in Ondo, Keredolu, Afe Babalola, all of those who should know, all of those who should know, I've told them that they can't, that there's nothing, that the contention of those who are rejecting the constitution is that we've not made any constitution. And that decree number 24 of 1999 cannot remain basis of the pretending we have a federation or a union at all. And so having done all of this and having extended at this time that transitioning, we said let those in government house remain for the period we will need to work our way from this dead end to what could become the successor constitutional instrument. It is in that desperation to wangle and wobble that they've tried amendment. It hasn't worked. And then we now see this memo that has leaked to the public space in which the Attorney General is advising the suspension of the Constitution. Let us get it very clear. Anybody who attempts, Nigeria is at an edge, as long as that Constitution is that Nigeria defined by that Constitution is sitting at the very edge. The only reason it's still sitting there is because we are avoiding anarchy by extending limited toleration to the document at this time. If anybody attempts to go in that direction, the person will find out too late in the day that the sovereignties that now constitute that Nigeria are already being retrieved by the owners of the sovereignty. The Yoruba is already on the streets telling the whole world that they're taking back their sovereignty, since the people who are running Nigeria, the promoters and the enforcers of the Nigeria of imposition are not willing to listen or come to discussion. The sovereignty of the constituent component is not dependent on anybody to agree with them or not agree with them. If anybody does anything to truncate what is left of the life of that dead constitution, is actually on life support. If anybody does anything along the lines of the suggestion of Malami in this situation, the person will wake up almost the same day or the next day to see that the owners of the sovereignty are not going to listen to any, so that we don't leave anybody in any kind of doubt in the matter. This is about what we will be witnessing. I think it might be easier to take it from here. In this formation, so that nobody's in doubt, these three blocks are rejecting this union as defined by this constitution. These three blocks are rejecting this union of Nigeria as defined by this constitution. They are saying it is a fraud against them at this time.
It is.
Since it is alleged that they submitted their sovereignties in the preamble to this constitution, that we the people have agreed to be in this union, indissoluble union, and therefore have made this constitution two false claims upon which this constitution stands. And the whole essence of this constitutional force majeure is to take everybody.
Can we pause?
Yes.
So we want to answer some of our people in the comment section, because we're also watching the comments and then we're responding to you. We said this is interactive. Either you call or you leave your message, comment, we'll follow you. That's Kingsley Onyebuchi. He said the governors do not want Nigeria to end. Absolutely. Because Nigeria is paying them. Yeah. Who wants to? It is where you're making money from that you want to sponsor. Then you know what? We are not waiting for them to want it. We are the people. We are the indigenous peoples. We are the owners of the land. They are our employees. We employ them, which is what we told you people, that a part of Ninas, that political parties must close shop, whether you're APC, PDP, APGA, whatever, because they're working together. Remember our brother, Colonel Ojukwu, because we're telling you people about the ways that we need to achieve this. Either law, war, and then either of them will do politics. Colonel Ojukwu, we tried in 1967, the war, and we lost over 5 million people. And he said in his interview that we should not go this way anymore. There's no need to go through this direction. Then he tried to do political party, set up APGA. You know what? The enemy took over the political party. Even in his neighborhood, he did not win.
Yes.
And then he said, no, this is no road because it's already too late. Political process is already too late. INEC is breathing. They have taken over all the machinery of government, so you cannot do anything with anything that Nigeria set up.
It's already on the 68 exclusively.
Exactly. So it's too late. You cannot do anything with political process of Nigeria. It's too late. Anything that you need to depend on Nigeria to do, either by their National Assembly or their governors or whatever,
will not ever happen.
It will not happen.
Nope.
That is why Nina is saying power belongs to the people. We, the people, activation of the people's power. You understanding what we are teaching is very critical. Because when you understand it, you understand how we are going to checkmate the governors. When you understand it, you understand how we want to do the self-defense. Because when Ninas is not rolling out the self-defense in Southeast, it's that it will be hijacked right now. If we roll it out now, it will be hijacked by the hoodlums. The hoodlums that you people allowed. Ndibo. You allow hoodlums, and we warned you for 2 years that this hoodlum does not mean anything for you. All he wants is to make money from your blood, and you still not get Biafra. We told you. And I like my sister that was speaking from the side of Ndimbu and Ndiegede. Because when Ndimbu and Ndiegede, what they're saying is in line with Ndidendu Neku, you know that we are agreeing. In the spiritual realm, we already agree. We, the doctors, that are hearing the things that Ndimbu are saying and Ndiegede are saying, we are combining with our wisdom. We know that Ninas is the way to go. So the self-defense, you will activate it individually now in your neighborhood. But the grand one is coming. But what is holding it is your rascality. You're moving up and down, burning police offices, and doing all the things you're doing. We need to pull it out, but you need to clear from road because they won't know who is who. They will clear everybody.
We have a caller. I know. Okay, caller, go ahead.
I am very pleased with the answer I got with the first questions, and that brings me to suggestions for our progress. I live in Nigeria, and I'm a member of Deeper Life Bible Church. And I know that when my church comes up with Bible study on Monday, combined services on Sunday, workers meeting on Saturday, leaders meeting on Tuesday, about 10,000 people are watching within Nigeria, within West Africa. So, and what platform do we use? Deeper Life Bible Church are settled on YouTube platform. So as a person that is living here, that knows a platform that is being used, that will give us the necessary publicity, I want to suggest that Facebook, which I from one have abandoned it for a long time. It's because of you. It's in the comment I've written to you. You are the one that bring me back to Facebook. Ever since Mark Zuckerberg has been playing with people's data, I've abandoned Facebook. So YouTube is the platform that is common in Nigeria.
We are on YouTube, brother. We are on YouTube.
For people to watch real-time programs. And I want to suggest that it's like I didn't see that YouTube link on Financial Freedom and other places. Dr. Ekwi have posted the link of this program.
Okay.
I saw only Facebook link.
I'll send it to you.
Number two, no problem, ma. Number two, we need a platform that can keep us connected while calling in. As I'm calling you now, I have to abandon my Facebook application and come into WhatsApp to call into this program. And I think YouTube does that. It has a comment section that when a real-time program is going on, comments are flooding in, and you are just looking at the comments and you are channeling your conversations in response to the feedbacks you are getting from the people. That's number two. Number three, I want to ask, is there a way we can accelerate the collapse of the fastest leg of the tripod. That is like a skate. Let's accelerate.
Yes, my brother, go ahead. Go ahead and ask it, brother. Go ahead.
Let's accelerate the collapse of the fastest leg of the tripod that seems to be in line with all that is necessary before the Fulanis and the Tinubu cabals will come online and try to manipulate and hijack anything. Let's see what we can. Let's talk about how do we accelerate the collapse of that third leg that is ready to collapse, that is doing everything possible, so that by the grace of God, since we have concluded that if one of the legs of the tripods collapse, the table will come down.
Yes.
Why don't we concentrate much of our strength on that leg that is willing to collapse, that is ready to collapse? I said I'm on the street. The people are crying to me. The people are crying and saying, we don't want anymore. We don't want anymore. Because they are being killed. So the Fulani killings is helping us to kind of tell the people, okay, since Yoruba people, you say you don't want, all right, how can we rush you people to come over? Let's run this thing. Come and do your referendum. These people are crying. The whole Southwest is at God. We protest and marching on the street. Today, soldiers stopped them somewhere. An elderly man of about 70 years came out and looked at the soldier in his face and said, Mr. Man, are you telling us we can no longer walk in our father's land?
Can you imagine?
We have no right to trek anymore in our father's land. Then the soldier man said, no problem, sir. He left the way for the old man, and the boys followed. That is how bad Southwest is. The elderly ones are among them. Unlike our elderly ones in Southeast who held a meeting with Buhari and the northern emissary that they sent yesterday, or whether today, I saw it on news, telling them that Southeast is not asking for secession. No, we are not asking for self-determination. No, we just want a Nigeria of equity and fairness.
Those criminals. I know.
Look at these people that we are fighting for, who are telling, when Fulani is afraid and is asking you, say, okay, yeah, what you want now, make you no divorce me. Instead of me, you tell and say, boy, you know West, first of all, resign as my husband. Go step down first. After that one, this is your constitution. We'll not go use them again. We'll go get new certificate. We'll sit down, we'll talk. You understand?
Yes.
So let's see how we can accelerate this third leg of the tripod to collapse. Let's talk about it. Thank you, Ma. I'll connect back to you on Facebook.
Okay, I'm sending you, Sister Uki, can you help me forwarding
Yeah,
I am loving this brother. I am loving this brother.
I told you, my brother. So, thank you because this is what we want. We want people to engage us, and we'll talk. My brother, we're already working on that acceleration. That's why you saw us, like Barrister Tony, the Daughters of Truth. It's as if we are pushing Yoruba agenda. Yorubas are the ones sharing Daughters of Truth.
Yes.
You saw how our sister, Dr. Augusta's video went viral. It's Yorubas that made it go viral. Yep. You saw the other video that Barrister Tony made. It's Yorubas that made it go viral. They are working. We're already pushing to accelerate. That's why we are doing it. For the longest time, people did not know that Ninas was involved in Yoruba's struggle. We hid underground, accelerating it. It's now that we are saying that we are all together because it was being done underground. And then we like what you mentioned about the church, because the church has a great role to play.
Yes, and they're going to be awake. A brother from people like
direct question to answer to your question. How do you accelerate it? Take this message to your churches. As you meet every Sunday, as you meet every Wednesday, as you meet every Tuesday, prayer meeting, tell them, no, stop praying. See this video. Watch this video. This is our prayer point today. Let churches begin to take prayer points from our show. Put the show. Let it be running. Then you begin.
And we can be live and direct.
Live and direct.
Yep.
Let all the churches begin to play Barrister Tony Nadi's videos because it's informative. When you put it on in the church, just keep Bible first because you have been using Bible for some time. You didn't develop sense. But you need sense, so I'm not saying throw Bible away. We are Christians. We are not joking about Christ. We are not. But we are saying, where we are now is like you are enter exam for chemistry. You will believe with me, agree with me that in your chemistry exam, it's not Bible you'll be reading. Genesis, Deuteronomy. No, you will not get to that chemistry. You will fail that twice. You will fail jam. So we are saying that we are at war. What we need is the book of war strategy. So let them be positioned in churches.
Yes.
So that our people will develop brain. Because wisdom is principle for direction. In all that getting, get wisdom. We are at war. Now, I give you an example. When we talk of self-defense, what happened in Yoruba land? It was one of our brothers that told me where they attacked. Because I was asking question. I said, we are at war. Why did you people allow the Fulanis to attack our people? Where were the men? What were you doing? What happened? They decided to go to party in the middle of war. Who goes to party in the middle of war? As they went to war, they went to party. They were drinking. They didn't know that the people they left at home, because the enemy is watching to attack you.
Hello.
So they struck while my people were partying. You know, when the other time we told our people to stop drinking too much alcohol, because when you drink too much, your brain will not function very well. Bible told you that. He said, give alcohol to those that are perishing, so that they will drink and perish. Because the alcohol will numb your CNS, your central nervous system, so you're not able to think fast. Because if the alcohol is not only, when they were in the party, they were drinking. So even if the children, the women, we call them on phone, they will not hear. And even if they're here, they were too stupefied by alcohol to take action. Somebody that is partying and drinking, can you go to war? How can you defend your people? So we cannot be playing that type of game anymore. We are at war. We don't want our villages attacked. Please, our young men, we are begging you, stand up. But standing up, we're not saying go and burn police station. That's not what we're saying. Local vigilante.
Hold on.
You come together. Watch your villages.
Hold on.
Phone calls. Get whistles. Pepper spray. Anything you can get. Like Governor Tom told them in Middle Belt. Anything you can get. Be at alert. Vigilance. Let your eyes be running. Let your ear be open. No, get drunk is not the time.
Have water boiling.
Exactly.
Call out your name and where you're calling from. Hello? Oh, thinking hung up. Okay. Go ahead. I guess we'll call back. All right, it hung up. Yeah, so there's so many ways to kill a rat. I mean, hello, you can use oil, you can use boiling water, you can use whatever. If I'm living in that place, I'll make sure, even if I don't have a gun, that there is some water boiling on my stove. Whenever I hear any noise, if you happen to be a family member, so sorry, you cannot come in my house in the middle of the night, because you will be greeted with hot water. That's what will be on your face. So many things you can do to defend yourself. So it's not something that we have to discuss here. The good thing is that we all have access to the internet there. Go on there and learn how to do so many things. So many things that if we begin to say here, our enemies will hear them. Go online and see how you can defend yourself. If I'm a woman in Nigeria right now working, I will make sure pepper spray. You can make your own pepper spray. Get the hottest Scotch pepper. Make it. Put some water in it. Sieve it. Put it in a container and have it in a spray in your handbag all the time. Any wrong move, you get a shot in your eyes. Even if you have AK-47 or whatever you guys call it. If I put that pepper spray in your eyes, you'll be shooting up and you shoot yourself all like here.
You shoot. Exactly. Or I pour acid on you. Will you still be like carrying gun?
Yes.
Our people, there are many ways to kill a rat. Economic sabotage is part of it.
Yes. Caller, go ahead.
Oh,
sorry, he finally called back.
Okay, my name is Obinna.
Okay, go ahead, Obinna.
I saw your program online, live program,
Go ahead, Obinna. Do you have any contribution? Go ahead.
Okay. My own contribution is I want to ask your own group, can we join hands together with other groups that, seeking for a way to make things work well in this part of world we are called Nigeria? Because I'm seeing a lot of people going on with their plans. So my own is, I would like all these different groups. Nice. Let's fight this fight in this country called Nigeria. Let's fight. Yes.
Okay, my brother.
That's one.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now, if we are fighting at war, and I'm carrying I'm carrying machine gun, and you are carrying water to spray. If we want to join together, is it not you that will drop the water you are spraying and learn how to use machine gun? So if you now tell me to drop my machine gun and come and join you with water spray, don't you think it's deception and madness? Are you listening?
Yeah.
So that's what we're telling our people.
Hold on. I know that people will be carrying different things because we are from different backgrounds and different things join us, make us to start the agitation of whatever we are stating for. For my own, we can still, as a human being we can still come together, find a way to come together to dialogue, so that we have a stronger force. Because what we are fighting for in this country called Nigeria is too much. If there is a way we can write each other, let us come and unite, so that we can conquer these people. Because these people, I'm coming from Abuja. We know what we are passing through in these kinds of the so-called Hausa Fulani. Majority Fulanis, majority the Muslims, part of them. We are suffering in their hands here. These people are dealing with us.
Okay.
I said yes. There's a way.
So,
can you listen? We have alliance. That's why you call Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. We are already together. That's what we are saying. There's a way. Yes, it's important. Yes. We are already together. That's what I was saying. That's what I was giving you a knowledge of pepper spray, water spray and machine gun. We are carrying machine gun, submarine. We said, oh yeah, but you need to learn how to use the machine gun. And that's why we're here every Saturday. To teach you, so that you don't go and carry the machine gun and shoot your head. That's why we're here. You need to understand the alliance, how we are going, where we are going, and then so that you function in what we're saying. We are together. And we are here to do it together. But what we cannot do is drop our machine gun and carry your water spray. That is counterproductive. That's what we're saying. We all die.
I think, brother, you find it. I mean, you find that, brother, now. So, what we need you to do is to get people to understand, because this constitutional force majeure that was declared, I'm hearing vibration in 2020 December, basically return power to the people. But you guys didn't know this information. It's only now that I can see that people are coming to ask questions. So instead of joining hands, this is not I was meeting. We are not joining hands, eating cola nut, figuring out how to do the market Christmas dance. We are running for our lives. We are fighting for our lives. So, and we've been working on this forever. So we know it's a strategy that can work. What we need you guys now is to wake up. Everybody should drop their profession, their English speaking language, their suit wearing, their financial, whatever that they have, and say, hey, this thing makes sense. And hold on to it. It's already at the international level. This is a good plan. But people are not waking up to ask anything about it. So we are not joining anything. What we need to do is for you guys to give you this information to people, because for all along, for so many, in our lifetime, we've never seen anything work in Nigeria. So when you hear this, people are like, oh, it's not going to work. The Fulanis will never. It has nothing to do with them now. So what we need everyone listening is to go and say, hey, oh, I don't have any other plan. Fine, maybe you have a plan B to go to Cameroon or wherever you guys are going. Let me look at to see what these people are talking about. We have the power to kick these people out of our land. They are not even indigenous people, for God's sake. They are not part of the indigenous people. When we use indigenous platform, there will be nowhere to be found. They are not indigenous to Nigeria. That will leave them in the forest. But nobody's understanding what we are doing. We are not. This is not one of that things, platform or strategy that you wake up is, oh, let's just join hand and fight. Of course, it's good to come in group, but in group to do what? In group for us to start strategizing at this point in time, when the work has been done. We just need to understand the work, the platform, the strategy, and kick in. Before we know it, these people will run out of our land. They are only doing all of these things because our people do not understand that they have the power in their hands to take back their freedom.
And Brother Obinna, thank you for your call. And I want you to understand, just as Sister Muna explained, that the alliance has already been created. We already have an alliance, and that is the truth. Though those of us in the lower Niger area, that's the picture. You can see the alliance. We have the southwest, we have the lower Niger, we have the middle belt. So those three white areas down there, we are already together. You don't, Sister, we say it's not a meeting of Hindu Munna. This is not where you come and you share. We're not interested in the alliance. The Yorubas are ahead because they're part of the alliance. And the problem that those of us in the lower Niger are having is that rogue Biafran franchise being run by
breathing and making noise everywhere.
It's so much noise. The noise he's making is shadowing what we are. It's like, you know, that is why all of you have to do your own part. Do not let one man offer you freedom. If he does, he's going to use it against you for.
He will use it against you for the rest of you. You'll be his slave.
And the truth about it is that he's not even offering you freedom. This guy is gallivanting and frolicking with all kinds of women.
You can't give what you don't have.
We know him. So
you can't give what you don't have. You don't have freedom. How will you give somebody freedom?
He does not. And he is the one that is causing the problem in the lower Niger area.
Exactly.
By pushing our people to strategic positions where the armies will come and kill them. Armies didn't go to Olu until he mentioned Olu on his radio broadcast.
Yes.
Army didn't go to MNA until he mentioned it in his radio broadcast. Army, they didn't go to, now that they are in Owerri, until he mentioned it. So this guy is working with the
He's
enemy.
working with them.
He's working with them. They're paying him top dollars.
And they're paying him for it. He is a saboteur in this struggle.
He is the
saboteur. He is a saboteur in this struggle. Okay,
yeah, there's no better way. Brother Bin.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Okay, that's fine.
If you don't know, that's
fine. That's okay.
If you don't know, we're going to have you go online and watch a video we're about to play.
Yeah.
This pillow thoroughly dispute what we are talking about here. How some of these people that you're listening to, that some of maybe like people like Brother Bin that you've never heard of him before, that this is what they're doing. Instead of bringing you freedom, instead of handling something and targeting the issue, they are busy burning down our land. And I just have to have you watch this ad to see exactly. Pay close attention. There's something crawling on the wall, and see what this guy did. This is how he handled his problem.
So,
Don't burn down the duplex.
So I don't know if you guys saw that, sisters. Did you see that the thing on the wall?
yes,
You are trying to kill cockroach.
yes. You see, he burned his house down because of cockroach. Ordinary cockroach. Ordinary cockroach. This man burnt his house down. Cockroach is on the wall. Because of lack of information, he carried naked lights and carried whatever he was spraying. And sprayed what is inflammable on naked lights because he saw cockroach on the wall. And what is going to happen? The entire house will burn down. That's what we're telling people. You say you don't know who we're talking about. That's okay. But we're saying that the people that are sponsoring the carnage going on in Igbo land are the people we are talking about. They are the same people that said that Buhari died. Meanwhile, Buhari did not die. Because the danger about you saying that your enemy is dead when he's not dead is that you'll be claiming that he's dead while he's strategizing on how to get you out. And then you turn around, he will shoot you down and you will die. Hello. Anybody that did that, you go and listen, whether there's anybody that said Buhari died before. That is the code. You are smart. Anybody that told you that Buhari died before and you saw Buhari in interview, that's the person we are talking about. Third person that we said, Daughters of Truth said that he's a saboteur in the struggle to freedom of our people. He is a saboteur. He's the one opening door to the enemies to come. I don't care how he makes noise. But that noise he's making is giving alert. He's alerting the enemy to come in and directing them where to kill our people. You can see that they arrest our bodies. Sometimes he will give addresses of our people on the radio. And the police, Nigerian police, will go and pick our people. Go and verify these things we are telling you. Go and verify them and get your information. So far you are following that criminal, they will continue to kill you, because that's what he came to do, to destroy an Igbo. And it's time to wake up and do the right thing.
All right.
So peacefully from this situation of fraud to successor protocols through a process that will avoid anarchy. And if in the middle of that, somebody now does something that takes the document in another direction, as in, suspending it, nothing will be left of that union. And all these three blocks are not going to pay any attention to anything anybody is saying. To assume martial power, to assume where will the sovereignty fall from the sky, to keep the union, they will sit in Abuja to manage. That's not going to happen. These three will rather want to go in the direction already dictated by the situation. The Sharia belt already seceded from the secular union. So they are done. These three already have their charters and their constitutions in process, only waiting to go to referendum. That's the only thing, and that's why if we go to the demands, the 5 points of demand in the proclamation of December 16th, 2020, we will see what these three blocks indicated as what should happen going forward. That there will be a two-stage process. For those talking about a national conference and all such, sidetracking of what should happen, we are saying that the owners of the sovereignty that have been hijacked and called Nigeria have organized themselves to take back their sovereignty, sequestered by that constitution.
Did you guys hear that? The owners of Nigeria, or that country called Nigeria, are here to take back their sovereignty. And this is the point that our brother Tony has been making all along, over and over and over and over again, but people are not hearing it. So I don't know if we need to start putting like a signboard somewhere to or say the sovereignty has been returned to people, power belongs to people, like for it to like sink in, for you to understand that these animals are no longer in charge of your destiny.
So if anybody suspends that constitution, it is just suspension of whatever is left of the union and the limited toleration of that constitution for the sake of peace, to avoid anarchy. So we just want to make that very clear. In the midst of all of that, we again saw the altercation with Twitter and are we being told now that nobody is actually, there's no thinking left in the circle of
there's none, brother,
governance over Nigeria.
Nope.
The embarrassment coming to all of us from the
stooges.
I don't even have the words that can qualify the madness that have been displayed. As if we are a country of unthinking people. We are being disgraced by our own government.
Every day.
In a situation, you have what international stakeholders are already saying. The investors that are already, practically gone, you now come and stir up, except somebody wants to crash the union unceremoniously. So let us be clear in our minds what we're doing. We have something on the table that force majeure is in. We've had the 90 days for the federal government, the 30 days for the state, the second tier of government. We're now with the populace and the diplomatic community, 120 days. We're almost at the half of it. We see what's going on in the eastern Nigeria. Yes, one can, there's nothing, nobody can justify the killing of soldiers and policemen. We've condemned it in every possible language, that Nnamdi Kanu and his ESN cannot go killing soldiers and policemen, and the government will fold its arms. Having said that, we've also seen the kind of operation going on, targeting entirely, the entire populace. The issues of genocide, the issues of crime against humanity will stand on the strength, on their own strength. People are going to look at what happened and what is being done in response. Going back to the content of the Twitter posts that were taken down from the president of Nigeria concerning the operation.
Threatening his citizens, so-called citizens.
Let's tie all this together and begin to make up our mind whether we should not embrace the structured process of engaging this matter, or we want to wait until it snaps and everybody begins to take care of themselves in whichever manner they can.
All right. Our brother has been on this course forever and a day. He's been speaking. There's so many videos out there on channel TV. Even though when he's done, they will say, it's not my opinion. No, it's his opinion. There's so many of those videos out there for you to understand what is going on, what we need to do, so that we are not assuming this is, hey, whoa, Subrila, let's go and call everybody and join hands together and we're bound on here. You know, what we need you guys to do is to understand this process that is being given to us, this strategy, this protocol. NINAS has website. It's on called www.ninasffn, F like freedom from Nigeria, ninasffn.org.org, or www.freedomfromnigeria.com. We have been posting information because we knew a day like this will come where people will be like, oh yeah, where do I get information? Came here like this, or we have passed that stage. Luckily for you, they are having people walking before you got to the scene. So you just need to go and find that information, open it up and learn, what is being done. The Daughters of Truth is on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We've been sharing this information. We come here every Saturday for the past, sister, 3-4 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Packing. So the videos are there, almost 100 videos and counting. There are so many of them, so many things that have been done. Then when you look up Lower Niger Congress or even tap Tony and Nadi, you have enough information to understand where we are going. But if you don't, for some reason it's overwhelming, it's stressful, Nigeria is stressful right now, you don't. Just gather some people and give us a call, and we will come and give you guys the nitty-gritty. What we don't want is those that are arrogantly ignorant. You don't know and you try to speak English. That's not going to work at this point in time. But if you are there to seek knowledge, like Americans, when you go on a conference, they ask you, pertinent questions, then we'll address it. They don't come with your stupidity and think we are going to keep quiet because another Huna say, they are rude, they are angry, or they are this. Don't go that route. Keep it civil, learn the material, because if you understand, this material is very empowering. The NINA strategy is very, very empowering. If you understand what it takes, you will no longer be afraid or worry about plan B. You will be hastening up to end the union so that people can have their freedom. Thank you, sister. Go ahead.
Yes, my dear, we cannot be intimidated because we've been on this work for years. No. And we're continuing on it because we know that it will work. Whether you believe or you don't believe, we are on it and we must execute it and we'll finish it because we're here to free our people.
Yes.
And the beauty of it is that it does not depend on the Fulanis. It does not even depend on UN. UN is waiting for us to finish. All they will do is to supervise the referendum. Not that we are waiting for them to give us dates. We are the ones that will finish the work and say, okay, yeah, come, yeah, we are ready. We are prepared. So you understanding this is important because it will help you not to go and die. This freedom is coming. It's just that some people might not be alive to see it. That's the sad thing.
Yes.
And you must follow the formula to solve it. If they say 2 hydrogen is needed and 1 molecule of oxygen, that is what you bring. You will not bring Okwa. We will not ask for oxygen. You can't bring Okwa. They say, oh, we used to eat Okwa in my village. Let's bring Okwa. No. You will follow the formula. So when you are ready, if you belong to Lower Niger Territory, with all the madness, come together and follow what Lower Niger Congress is doing. We are not saying you should not have your brothers. After all, people can meet and drink and eat rice. You can form an association and do whatever you are doing. But the protocol we are following is NINA's. So you, with Nineli and Manyenangu, come to Lower Niger Congress. And when you come, please, humble yourself. Don't come and begin to teach us. Come and learn the way we learn. We did not start this. We are telling you people, we keep saying it. By the time we are looking for how to get our people out of this mess, we found Ninas, we found Barrister Tony Nadi, and he gave us materials to go and study. We made every effort to discuss with him before reading the material. He refused. He said, go and read. Any question we asked him, he would say, go and read it. You have not read the material. We had to read it. We shared it amongst ourselves and sat down with it. Like exam. We sat down. and read it and understood it. That's why you can hear us talk about it here. You can do this. It's called freedom advocates. You can become a freedom advocate for your villagers, for your church people. Gather your church people, gather your village people, community, all of them, and let's get this job. Is there anybody on call?
Not yet. Somebody is asking you to send that okwa you've been using as an example.
Yeah, I like okwa too, but you are not using it for self-determination. So let's make it simple. There are two ways to get freedom in this world: war and legal way. We have tried war under Colonel Ojukwu, 1967-70, and we lost over 70 million, over 50 million people. No, over 5 million people. Over 5 million people, including children that were starved to death. And then he even came out and said, don't do this anymore. This is not the way. That if we have all the information we have now, he wouldn't have gone through the route of war. This is a trained military man talking. You heard I said colonel. Trained, London-trained military man. So if you must follow the war strategy, you must have a military man, a military personnel leading you, not an Aguero that is shouting on radio. If you must go to war, you will have a military, well-trained military personnel leading you, because he will guide you. But you know what? 1967, now we had trained military personnel. He was even in charge of Southeast. So we had all the armory. The armory in Southeast was in our land. You are in our possession. And so many other advantages that they had. But they still lost the war. That's why he said, don't go through this route. Then he went into a political party. They hijacked it. He said, this is not the way. So he now moved to the legal side. That is where he started working with Barrister Tony Nnadi. Colonel Ojukwu, all of them, they worked with Barrister Tony Nnadi before they died. And you know what? If you are following the legal way, you must be led by a legal professional, not a hunter, not a pan tapper, not a carpenter, not a musician, not an MC of a club. You can, if you're this thing, we're not saying
Baba.
If you are MC, go to nightclub. That is where you will stay and be dancing and be talking to people. If you're a hunter, go to the animal, because we need food. So go and bring. If you're a farmer, please farm. And we commend those that are farming now, because we said this thing 3 years ago. Some women agreed. We will form network. So we want to give a shout out to our women that heard our voice 3 years ago and began to farm. Some imported onions, some imported mushroom, began to plant alternative meats, alternative to meat, mushrooms, some did okra, some bitter leaf soup. Yes, Mama Chinelo in Anambra State. He showed us a garden of bitter leaf everywhere. Some people heard us and ran. They're working on it. Shout out to all of you. Continue to farm. We'll continue to work here together. So that legal system, we say it has to be led by a professional, a legal professional, not the one that read in the night with Mpanaka. The one that understands what we are talking about, because we're going to be dealing with international communities and we have been dealing with them. So we are not going, the best of us will represent us. That is what we're saying. In this nation that we are building, the best of us will represent us. Me, if I'm not in legal place, I will not go and do anything legal. I'll be learning from those that know it. You understand? That is what we're saying. So if you are in legal team, please study this material. You will understand it. And you will follow what we are doing. We need all the people in this profession. Then self-defense. Self-defense is part of it. Those that are trained in self-defense, not those that are calling themselves general. Meanwhile, they didn't go to primary school. It's not what we're saying. We are done with mediocrity. No more mediocrity.
So done with mediocrity, my dear.
We are done with mediocrity. Now we are talking about excellence. That's what we are talking about. We are talking about what's the opposite of mediocrity? Sisters, help me. Meritocracy. Meritocracy.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you are in military, self-defense, even if you're not in military, you're a human being, you know how to defend yourself when the enemy is coming upon you. Local vigilante. all these things, we need you, because we're talking about activation of people's power. We did not stop there. There's an aspect of politics, even in Nina's strategy, where we are talking about closing down the shops. All the political parties need to close down their shops, because you see, in Midwest, in Southwest, the governors are working with them. Do you know why the governors are working with them? Because they understand that there's transition in the Nina's protocol, and it's 5%.
Yes.
Just like mobilization is 5%. Transitional government is 5%. You heard Brother Tony mention it when the last video we just showed. If they understand that they are covered, why will they work with you? Then if you go on radio, you're calling them names, calling all your elders names, calling all the governors names, saying that you're coming to kill all of them. Who do you think will work with you? So the Yorubas, their elders, their youths who have strength are working with their elders that have wisdom. With the elders being in the middle, holding the youth together, they also connected with their governors that have authority today. They're in charge today. So that's why everybody's working together. That's why you're seeing the results. We want that type of result in our area. And we are working towards it. We are not waiting for you and your noise. We are moving on. Please go ahead.
And then at the end of the day, they talk about, is something vibrating back. When we talk about war, at the end of the day, it ends on the table. And Nina has a strategy that will prevent you from having a war. Nina has a strategy that will allow you to get your self-determination and begin your new life. Again, all you have to do is to read and understand the protocol. If you can't read, give us a call to come and educate your church, because this is the church that is holding us hostage. The whole time they've been praying, asking God to do it for them. You know, he can do it again. God has left the building and your voice is ugly to him, by the way. So he's not going to do it. He's giving you the strategy to get it done. It's called Nina's strategy protocol. That's what it is. So the running around Monday through Friday, see here, they have some. It's all about, what we need is to get people to understand this protocol and get to our destination faster. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. You may have cheated through schools and whatnot that you're doing, and it worked for you all along. You have not been caught. You trained your children. They have left the house. Nobody caught you in all your cheating. But you know what? It's no longer going to work for you anymore. It's no longer, that cheating is not going to work for you anymore. We want a nation that is based on excellence and merit. No other way. So you can, and then for those of you that are drawing business plan, instead of understanding Nina's strategy, so you can come and open up your business. Because other people did not read. Welcome to the protocol. You better come and join to get this freedom. More, your business plan will remain in your head, circling round and round and round. That's the only place it will remain. So business as usual. And you're not going to get a country where it's already built by somebody else and then you come and live your best life. We have to do this, unfortunately. God got us ready for this. The day you were delivered, he knew that you would be caught up in this mess. So no amount of hiding, whether you're in Canada, in US, whatever you're running to, will stop you from doing what God sent you here to do. So the earlier you start asking, what role can I play to make this thing? Our brother is asking, how can we accelerate? What role can you play to make this accelerate? Information is the key. Because the constitutional force majeure returned power to the people in 2020. They just don't know it. They're still asking for permissions. They're still wandering around thinking, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Again, it starts by what? Making sure that you close shop in your neighborhood. Our sister did a video that went viral. It's still there on our Facebook page. You can go. She even broke it down in Pidgin English. And one comment was like, hey, why are you a doctor and speaking Pidgin? He didn't even hear a word that was said. You call yourself a doctor and you're speaking. That's our people for you. They will never follow the message. So that video is there.
They don't even know that in the nation we are building, that as doctors, we prescribe in Igbo language. We write prescription in Igbo.
Of course, that would be the best practice. The best practice. So we have to use a language that people will understand, not using big words. China, they don't speak English, and they were about to enslave all of us before we know it. without speaking English.
They're already enslaving all of us. They're already enslaving all of us. Rotimi Amechi is in their kitchen right now. You know, there are things about Rotimi Amechi.
Oh, the one that signed the paper in Chinese.
This contract was written in Mandarin. You did not go and verify this contract. You just went ahead and you signed it. What level of Itiboribo is this one?
No, the highest level. And our people are celebrating whatever he did.
Yeah.
At what price is he building it? That's why you ask yourself. He sold Nigeria. Get up, people.
Okay, one person was saying that what Buhari is practicing right now with the Niger Republic is cousintocracy, power to the cousin by the cousin for the cousins. That's what he's practicing. The rail line that was built from Daura, whatever, to Niger Republic, who was the Minister of Transport that did it?
But he's not ministering anything. He's only getting his cuts. He's not ministering
his cut. That's why we are telling those countries that this constitutional force majeure that has been done, if you like, continue to lend money to Nigeria. It is at your own peril. Nigeria, if you like, continue to borrow money from all these countries. When they will come, we will tell them where that contract is. They will go there and they will seize the contract or seize the whatever you built in the name of Nigeria. So I don't know. It's so really messed up.
Well, they told us as long as they remain one Nigeria, that they will get to do what they want. And they want you to remain one Nigeria. They will fight to remain one Nigeria. They will do anything to sabotage everything to be one Nigeria. But the question then is, the people that are so-called citizens of that Nigeria, are you going to allow them to do that? Are you going to allow foreigners from Futajalon to come in and take over your land and tell who you're going to be? And the funny thing is that they are not hiding any of these things. These things that they are doing, they're intentional. They are putting it out there. They will come out and tell you the oil in Jigawa belongs in Bayelsa, belongs in Jigawa, and the all gold in Jigawa belongs to Jigawa. And our people, the media people, will clap and they are laughing. That's all you get. Mediocrity upon mediocrity. Is like, I don't know where we went when all of these people took over positions in our land. It's so irritating. It's so sad. It's so annoying. They were not going to sit here and lament thanks to Ninas. What we need to do is to follow that protocol, bumper to bumper, and get to our destination, share the information. You can see that the social media, they're playing all kinds of games. But what can you, where you are watching right now, to make sure this information gets there? If you want war, for those of you that are looking for war, praying for war, Osubri, you guys will run. So at the end of the day, they have already been killing a lot of people. They in Bucha, you still have to go to that table to negotiate. So why don't we start, since now we are at the table? Why don't we use that avenue? Why don't we use that chance? Why don't we use that protocol and not lead our people to a place of suffering and death? And nobody can do anything about it. No amount of money that you get from your 12-hour nursing job that can bring you Biafra. If you like, go there and sleep until you get COVID and find yourself in ICU, you will never get Biafra. So stop pretending and funding some random people to keep going on radio and ranting and causing problem in our land. Because anyway, thank God for our Yorubas partners, our brothers and sisters. We want to also give them a hand clap today. They did their sensitization again. You know, they're doing their protests. We love them to death. I mean, they are, my goodness. It's so funny how you've heard something about someone all your life. Oh, they're this, they're this. At the end of the day, it looks like they are carrying the torch that will save a whole lot of the so-called people that call themselves the smart people. It looks like they are the one that will save you. So as our brother,
they are actually the first leg of the tripod stand. They are actually the first leg of the tripod stand.
So as our brother said, we will support everyone. We will accelerate. We will go to heaven and come back to make sure our Yoruba brothers and sisters get where they are going fast, very fast.
Yes, we are supporting them. We are supporting them not just with words. We are actually supporting physically. We are doing so much that we cannot even say here. Because we know that either them, that us, all these things, we are working together. For the last time, we are not doing one Nigeria. Those that are getting confused what Ninas is doing. Ninas is not about one Nigeria. Ninas is to dissolve Nigeria peacefully. And they have put 20 years in doing this, making sure that our people do not die. Then my Indibo, we will tell you again, you need to make up your mind. You're having identity crisis and it's not helping you. You need to ask your ancestors, who are we? Go back and ask your ancestors. Ndibo. I'm talking specifically to Ndibo now. Are we Igbos or are we Biafrans? Because you need to come, you need to approach UN with your original identity. That's part of the protocol. You're shouting, we not help it. You're crying, we not stop you. If you want, cry blood. It will not make UN to change the protocol. Please, we are begging you. So make up your mind who you are. Your identity is very important. Are we Igbos? Ask your father. If your father is late, ask your father. Maybe if you have a way to find them. Ask your ancestors, who are we? When you have done that, because it's crucial for the international community. The international community said that we need that clarification. Who are you? Come as Ndibo. Just like Yorubas are coming like Yorubas. That's why you see them moving forward. Because in part of Ninas, we have about 300 ethnic nationalities, the indigenous peoples, and they are coming as their own people. Ijo on Ijo land. We have explained this in 20 million times. So, Ndibo, you're the one causing trouble now. You're the one delaying other people in that lower Niger territory. You are delaying them because your noise is distracting people that should think straight. Niger Delta, they are ready. They understand this thing. Niger Delta, they understand it. That's why they are not joining you in your Biafra. If you want, like my sister said, cry Biafra. It will be like in the Bible. You know when Elisha, they were calling on their God. Elisha said, call on your God. They were using machete to cut themselves and blood was flowing. Elijah was laughing at them. Say, call on your God. Maybe he has gone to toilet. Maybe he's sleeping. And they continue. That's what this your Biafra is like. And we know there are many ways to immortalize names. We are passionate too. We lost people in Biafra war. But when you get what you're looking for, you now decide, what do we call it? So if your brothers in Midwest and South agree with you that the new federation will be called United Nations of Biafra, United States of Biafra, United whatever of Biafra or whatever, then it will be the official name. There will be agreement, there will be trust, there will be everybody, this is what we want. If you want, you can build a stadium and call it Biafra Stadium. If anything can be done, that is unlimited possibility. But so far you hold on to this, it's like a child that they are beating. You're holding on to fire. It's burning your hand. You're crying. They say, leave the fire. You say, no, I want to hold it. And you're dying and it's burning your hand. That is what you're doing. You don't need to do it. That's what I'm saying. And we're not tricking you. We're just hoping that you understand. Look at what my sister mounted. This domino effect. Look at it very well. You understand what we're saying. There are 3 pillars. Should I go ahead? Or is somebody else?
Yes, go ahead.
So there are 3 pillars. There's one called the union. Another one called constitution. Another one called election. They're standing and they're parallel. Do you understand? Now there's a lever that is under election. That place has a weight that you can put weight on top of it because it's like a mechanical system. If you put enough weight on this, it's like pulling down something to open door. You pull it down and then something will happen. Those people standing on that weight, they are LN, that's Lower Niger Congress, all the people in that territory that will tell you that block. Then Southwest, those in Southwest, we explained this to you. We showed, okay, we're showing you this. Oh,
they can't see it. I have to take this down.
Okay, continue. No problem. Then there is Southwest and there is Middle Belt. These are all the 3 blocks that make up the alliance territory that we told you about. If they put enough weight on this, you see, they will collapse the election.
Yes.
Because the election is what renews that
the constitution.
Every 4 years, the ritual that you are doing that is making that constitution to continue to stand. And once that constitution is standing, the nation Nigeria will stand. And once the nation Nigeria is standing, Fulanis will be in charge of your life. Fulanis have taken over the nation of Nigeria. It's now called Federal Republic of Fulanis. That's what it is. Nigeria does not belong to you. They have registered it in OIC and are using the money from Nigeria to fund build Niger Republic. And they're borrowing more money in your name. They're borrowing more money in your name because they want to liquidate Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And when Nigeria is liquidated, you and your children will die. And they're doing it very fast. That's why you see them borrowing money fast, very fast, because they want to liquidate Nigeria very fast. So as they do that, you will die. But what is giving them right to do that is 1999 Constitution. You see it in the middle. And what is making 1999 Constitution to continue to stand and be renewed is the election that you go every 4 years. And it's you, the people that they will use. You are the one that will be in the election rallies. You are the one supporting the political parties. You are the one doing all this nonsense to yourself. But if you can stop, people that are asking, what can we do? If we can stop the political people from gathering in your neighborhood, we are not saying go to Abuja and stop demo. We are not saying go and bomb demo. We say in your neighborhood, no political process. No Nigerian political process. In your neighborhood, you make sure and ensure that your brothers and sisters do not go into Nigeria election, because the election is being conducted by INEC. You remember what INEC did to Goodluck, Ebele Jonathan? You remember what INEC did to Imo State? Imo State people voted somebody that they wanted. INEC removed and brought Uzodimba for them. So if you push down this election, it will collapse the constitution and collapse the union, and then the game is over. The game is over. Over. Officially, the constitutional force majeure has destroyed the constitution. That's official, but it needs to be implemented. The implementation is the people understanding what has been done in their name and running with it. That is what we are telling you, that you need to understand. But every day we appreciate those that understand it. That's why you see us, we are moving more and more. We are moving more and more. More people are coming, because the less you listen to noise, the better for you. You join in what we are doing. This job is finished. The political parties do not have power over us. The governors do not have power over us. Even Fulanis do not have power over us. If we understand what we're supposed to do as a people. Thank you.
Yep. So we like to be visual for those of you that are confused, so you can understand what the process is. So this is the best way that my sister just described it for you. This is what we need to do to accelerate where we're going to end this madness, because any day that we remain one Nigeria is another day for them to take advantage of us. And they know it. They've said it on their media, they've said it in writing, they've said it everywhere, that as long as they are one Nigeria, it will remain fluid. Their brothers and sisters and cousins can come from Niger Republic, can come from Cameroon and occupy the space. More, you guys will have no inheritance to leave for your children. And for those of you that are spending so much time in church, the Bible says that a good father leaves inheritance for his children. What inheritance are you leaving for your children? Do they even teach that part in church anymore? What inheritance are you leaving for your children? Fulani infested land where there is no safety. I have one more picture to show you guys, just to drive the point home. We mentioned the steps that, oh yeah, it may not come out good because it's so small. Yes. The 16 steps. But I'm going to try to pull it up. And it's on the Lower Niger Congress Facebook. All these things that we are showing you is nothing new. It's the information that is there. We just wanted to use it for those that are new on this platform to see the work has been done. So we don't need to run and hold hands with Omonna. What they need to do is to run to this website, run to this Facebook, begin to understand what is needed and implement those things so we can get where we're going again faster. It's you guys that are holding this process, really. Those that are thinking that nothing is being done, that we need to sort of run off. So this is the 16 steps plan that we're talking, 16-step plan that we're talking about. Again, it's on the website for you to go and see. And this is why it took our brother so long, because some of them will say, hey, why does it, okay, you're doing freedom for 21 years. Why is it taking 21 years, my dear? When you read those things, you can see that it's not something you can do in 21 days. Okay? So go and read. And I can bet on my life that the reason why it took so long is because nobody offered any help. I did busy I call like we normally do because we liking how and let him go and do it, and then we'll appear with our business plan and take over the land. That's why it probably took him so long. Because I bet if people keyed into this when they're supposed to have killed in, I know it wouldn't have taken our so-called brothers and sisters, because it's not just our brother Tony. There are so many good men and women that work tirelessly towards this thing. Even when they were left, some of the people that helped them to start this process left and joined political parties and get their own cause because they were dying of hunger. They persevered and continued with this process. It takes women and men of character to do so. Have we given them credit? No. No, we're busy making them talk over and over and over and over and over again, talking the same thing. Some of them have lost their voice over the same thing, when all we have to do is to go and seek for the information and understand what is being done so we can get home again faster. We know we all have, I have my own business plan, but it doesn't stop me from making sure, right? Because I have to get the land first before I start the improvement. So it doesn't stop me from helping to get the land. But for those of you that are sitting there waiting for us to get the land for you to reappear with your business plan, woo, you have something else waiting for you, brother. It doesn't work that way. So we don't have any more phone calls. I think we may just wrap it up for the day. Again, we've given you guys the opportunity to ask questions, and we know that a lot of our brothers and sisters, they are saying thank you, and we thank you guys too for watching. So help us to share. At this point in time, we don't even want thank you anymore. What we want is self-determination and freedom for our people. You know, that's why we don't sit here and try to acknowledge anyone, but acknowledge the process that we have embarked on. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm going to let my sisters give in their final words, and then we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you, our viewers, for being part of today. As we said, we are still, the journey is still on, and we're not going to give up until we get to our final destination. And it's so close, so close. For those that want it to be like next tomorrow, well, you got to do the needful to get it there. So thank you all for being part of it. Share. Get these messages out. Get it out so that people would understand that there is no point sleeping in the bushes for this. The time for us to do our 5% mobilization is now. So for those that their leader is telling them, go and stay in the bush and hide. You to your death. That is what that's the only thing he's being paid to do towards our people. And it is, brandishing the fact that he's getting you freedom. So please do not listen to all his nonsense. Get in line with what NINAS is doing. NINAS is the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. It is for self-determination. If we all pull out as alliance territory, if we all pull out at the same time, that country will collapse. Then you can go to your own different territories or your region or your block and do whatever you want to do. Even if you want to break further, you can break further. It doesn't matter. All we want is freedom. Get out from this British-made contraption. Get out of it and start living your life. Living the life that God has ordained you to live, and not all these misery and misery that are up and down that we are facing. And your President Buhari is telling you about his cousins. He's not telling you about you. He's not talking about you. He's talking about his cousins. His cousins in Niger Republic. That is who he cares about. So if he cares about his cousin, why not you care about yourself and get yourself out of that contraption that have made it possible for him to take the resources from your land to develop his cousin's land? So Biko for all our people, get brain. Go and borrow if you have to borrow brain, whatever. Get in line with what the NAS is doing. It's the final destination. It does not involve war. But that does not mean we cannot defend ourselves. We have said it here. Remember, self-defense is a fundamental human right. It doesn't need to be written as a law anywhere. It is what, as a human being, you have to do. Somebody comes for your jugular, give it back to him. You don't have to wait. Or you wait for the president to approve licensing of guns. Can you imagine? A governor is telling you that he's waiting for the presidency to approve licensing of guns before he can get guns out for his people to protect themselves.
That.
Oh, Mr. Governor, the CFM has been conducted. Give your people guns to protect themselves. You don't need to wait for any Abuja licensing to happen. Give your people guns, because right now the power has gone back to the people. Sovereignty belongs to the people. Even without their fraudulent constitution, they still acknowledge the fact that the sovereignty belongs to the people. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you, our viewers. Thank you, sisters. Thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for sharing, because that, as you share, you are disseminating information which our people need so much, so that they will be alive, because the truth they know will set them free. I'll leave you with one question. Why is it that when Britain gave you freedom or independence, you were never free? So anybody that is giving you freedom by yourself, so it's not helping you. Freedom is not what you wrap and say somebody is giving you or somebody is bringing for you. You are the one that will free yourself. There are two things you can do for yourself. Free yourself and defend yourself. These are the rights of you as a human being. It's number one thing to do as a human being. You will free yourself and you will defend yourself. Then you need to be informed. How do I do it? That is why this platform is here. We are here to teach you how to free yourself in the right way, so that when you are free, you will be free indeed. Not that you are free in one leg and the other leg has K leg. We don't want that. That is not freedom. You're still tied. That is change of slavery. Britain took freedom and put your freedom in the hand of Fulanis. That is not freedom. So if as a man that is shouting and taking your freedom and putting it in his hands or in the hands of some cult or some shrine, that is not freedom. That is not what we wish for you. And you need to defend yourself. Please, we continue to say it. And you need to provide for yourself. Farm. I was telling somebody the other day, I say, put vegetables behind your house. It's even if it's line of ugu that you put, that money, you will save it. You not use money to buy some other things, fish and other things. Get buckets, put pepper inside. When I was in Nigeria, I was doing that. It's even fresh and it's organic. Here in US, we are doing that as well.
We have a garden.
You understand? So please, that is part of the freedom we are talking about. Get informed. Get informed. Get informed. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. We thank you all so much for joining us today. We thank our Yoruba brothers, our partners in this journey. We cannot thank you enough. For those of you that went out today for the protests, we again thank you. We're talking about the genuine ones, not the people that hear something happen, they will push themselves in and show up and appear at the scene. So we're talking about those that are genuinely looking for the freedom of our people. And in doing so, like my sister said, you want to be informed so you don't find yourself in the wrong camp. Before you know it, they may come after your citizenship here that you're a terrorist in Kegaga. Because you weren't informed in what you're doing. In America, ignorance of the law does not excuse you from the consequences. So go and check well and figure out who you're following. You don't know when they will use it, because they will round up our people. That's why when you look at all the businesses that people have done here, be it home health or whatever, these people will just concentrate on what we are doing and start arresting people. That's what they will do one day. Those of you following Radio Ranta, before you know it, that Nigeria you're running from with your children, you find yourself back in there because you're now a terrorist. So be warned. Check very well. Shine your eyes. Don't let no one deceive you. The earlier you remove yourself from all of this and go and study, don't be emotional about it. Because that's what gets us. We're so emotional. Let me go and work double shift and give money. My dear, your account will tie you into the terrorism. And you have yourself to blame. Be warned. We're speaking from a place of love. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.